Violence, blood, animal-like behavior. This is what people think of when you mention to them mixed martial arts or the leagues like UFC. And well, they're not wrong because someone does end up getting punched in the face, but there's so much more to the character of the people and the champions in the UFC that I find inspirational and I want to share with you across the next 2 videos. In this video, we're going to talk about the 3 champions, and in the following video, we're going to talk about another 3 champions who together, the 6 of them, create so many more examples for all of us, whether we're athletes, business professionals, or just regular human beings to enjoy. Welcome to TohirT channel. My name is Tahir, and today we're talking about the 3 kings, 3 champions from Africa: Israel, Kamaru, and Francis. Let's do this! The Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC, is one of the most popular leagues, arguably the most popular mixed martial art league out there. It carries a total of 9 different weight categories, with Women's Championship also carrying another 4. Each weight category has its own champion, yet there's so many more inspirational stories about other individuals who, whether still competing in the sport or left it, which I'm sure we're gonna get back to eventually, or there are a couple of more videos that I've already produced when it comes to the topic of the UFC and the people from that sport. We will start today with the older brother of the 3, Francis Ngannou.
And of all the superlatives,
Francis Ngannou, the current heavyweight champion, originally from Cameroon. He lived in Cameroon for quite some time until eventually moving over to Paris in the pursuit of what would be his future. This young man had no clue about mixed martial arts, was not a professional athlete, until on his pilgrimage to find himself in this world. He came across this form of sport. He learned quickly, he learned keenly. He was a hard worker who realized the value of pushing for his dreams, and eventually he came up through the ranks of all the different leagues, whether it's local in Europe, finding himself in the UFC, and eventually landing the title shot.
I took 14 months from Cameroon to France.
Yeah.
Then I've been through a lot. I've been through hell. Then I stopped in France for some reason, or somehow. Then I found a gym for boxing. Then I just told them the truth. I'm like, listen, man, I don't have no money, I don't have home, nothing, but I just want somewhere to keep training because I have been training boxing for 1 year and I want to become a world champion.
This guy used to work in the mines back in Cameroon. You can argue that this is part of the reason why he has this raw power in him. He also was homeless in the streets of Paris and he had to suffer and struggle through that. Even his journey within the UFC itself, as he was rising up the ranks, was not as streamlined because he ended up in the title fight early on in his career and he lost it, and he had to rebuild himself up. He had to rebuild his own career up from the very beginning, understanding what he did wrong originally and what can help him win that title. And eventually he took that title from the hands of the same person who he lost it to originally.
declaring the winner by knockout and new undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world.
Francis is a scary dude. You do not want to find himself opposite of this guy when the octagon cage closes. Yet outside of the octagon, he's one of the most kind-hearted people you've ever met. I enjoy seeing him interact with his fans. I enjoy him interacting with the kids, even after winning the belt. One of those telling signs about his character was that he did not want to keep that belt and hang it on the wall. He wanted to bring it back to his country of Cameroon and display it in the most public place for other young athletes to be inspired by what he was able to achieve so that they can come up through the ranks and through their own struggles. These kind of inspirational individuals who carry forward generation upon generation of the young athletes, I can see how a few years from now, one of those young kids who are today back in Cameroon looking at his belt, getting inspired to win their own championship, and eventually, who knows, one of them might enter UFC.
Somebody asked me like, what do I gonna do with the belt? And I was saying, maybe we're gonna find a place in a public place in Cameroon and put it there so some kids can look on it and he inspire them.
And of all the superlatives,
The middle brother of the bunch, Kamaru, the Nigerian nightmare Usman. This guy, and picture this, had a hard time finding people to fight. Essentially, the way the ranking works, for you to move up the rankings in the UFC and eventually win that title challenge for the belt, you have to find other fighters who are higher at the rank than you are, fight them, defeat them, and move up into their spot. No one wanted a piece of that guy. No one wanted to fight him. He deservedly was named the Nigerian Nightmare. And eventually, when he had that shot, he went for it, he worked hard, and he never looked back.
I'm here with the winner and new champion, Kamaru Usman. That was one of the most spectacular performances I've ever seen.
Since winning his title, Kamaru defended it countless times, and at this point, deservedly so, in my opinion, holds the pound-for-pound top ranking in the entire UFC. Yes, he's technically second because there's another guy ahead of him, but that other guy did not fight for the last 3 years, so I have no clue why he's still in the first spot. Well, politics aside, the other inspirational part about Kamaru outside of the octagon is his love for the family. This guy lives and breathes for his family, and he won the championship in order to inspire and move ahead in their lives. He loves his daughter. I adore watching him interact with his daughter. When he prepares for the fight, he takes her around. He talks about her during the UFC Embedded, one of the series I discussed in this video over here. Kamaru's father, Muhammad Usman, had to spend 15 years in jail, or close to 15 years. I will leave the legal debates aside. Kamaru's point is that his father was undeservedly jailed for this long, yet there was no sweeter moment when it comes to life of this family man than seeing him wrap the belt around his dad's once his entire family was finally reunited under the lights of that octagon.
You know, it's such an amazing joy to have my family complete once more.
Kamaru is an example. When you stick to your values, when you stick with your family and you work hard towards your goal, nothing is impossible. This dude has the dedication and has the skills, all thanks to all that hard work that preceded his championship winning bout. And now, as he continues to challenge other athletes, as he continues to build up his career, I believe there are a lot more inspirational stories that will come out from Kamaru, from Usman's entire family, and who knows, maybe even his little girl will be out there achieving something very unique, and we will be talking about her sometime in the future.
And of all the superlatives...
Now finally, the youngest, the troublemaker of the three brothers, Israel Adesanya. Israel is a Nigerian-born but raised in New Zealand fighter. This guy, social media antics aside, when we focus just on his professional performance and what he was able to accomplish for his country, for the team that he's working with, and for his entire family around, he continuously pushes the boundaries of what is possible. He combined the two worlds, whether it was the Africa and the New Zealand. He combines different styles, and he realizes better than many other fighters in the UFC that this sport is a lot about the show, and he delivers every single time, whether it is the anime references, whether it is his own nickname, the Last Stylebender, which is based on the popular series The Airbender, whether it is taking his walkout routine to the next level. This guy delivers every single time. The fact that inspires me the most about Israel is his push for that continuous legacy. He does not care about the titles as much. He does not care about different things that people usually assign to the glory of the championships. All he really wants is to find something new, something better, something completely revolutionary to what all other prior champions were able to achieve. Whether it is taking on the toughest challenger, you would usually see the champions staying away from the toughest opponents. This guy picks the toughest opponents on purpose, whether it's going up the class and going up into a completely different division and facing their top champion right now just to test your own skills. Israel, deservedly so, became the first mixed martial artist to sign with Puma, and now with both his business legacy growing, with him continuously winning the championships, whether it's even losing the belt and moving up to something bigger and better, I know he will create the legacy that all of us will be talking about for ages. And I also know that his future at 31 years young is bright, and it carries a lot more chapters for us to discuss.
Legacy, that's one thing. It's just like doing that most men in the UFC, let alone in the world, haven't done, and doing it, you know, while I'm in my prime, while I'm active, while I'm gunning for everyone. So yeah, but like again, each other makes it better.
Did you know anything about these three champions? Which fact did you find the most inspirational? And do you know of other athletes who are equally inspiring in their sport and outside of it? Share your thoughts and ideas in the section below. I clearly love UFC, and yes, I love the competition aspect of it, but my love for the sport primarily stems out of those character stories and the inspirational things a lot of these fighters were able to achieve in their life. So anytime I watch the fight, I actually watch the story of that particular individual evolving, and this is what I find so fun about it. And if you're curious about other inspirational individuals, whether it's in professional, the sports, the arts, the tech life, from all sorts of ways of life, well, I'm here every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video with some of your friends. Here are a couple more videos for you to enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!